Am I the a-hole for refusing to be my friend's alibi so he can cheat on his GF? I, Jake, am 21, have known my friend, Ryan, am 21, since we started college. We're in the same program and have been roommates since day one. Overall, I'd say Ryan is a great guy. However, he has a terrible tendency to cheat. Throughout college, I think Ryan had 5 to 7 different girlfriends, and each of those relationships ended because he would cheat. Back in January, he started dating his current girlfriend, Emily, at 21, and has been with her far longer than any of the previous relationships. From my interactions with Emily, I know she's a wonderful person. She's very polite, beautiful, and clearly devoted to Ryan. For the past few weeks, Ryan has also developed a close relationship with his anatomy lab partner, Sarah, F21. It's become pretty clear to me and my other housemates, Tyler, M21, David, M22, and Noah, M20, that there is some romantic relationship between them. We've even all met Sarah as she came by our house a few times. Long story short, Ryan has told me and the other guys that things between him and Sarah are moving fairly quickly, and that Emily is completely in the dark about this. He told us that for the foreseeable future, he'll be spending a few nights hanging out at Sarah's place. Here's the issue. Emily and her roommates don't live that far from us, about a 7-minute walk, so there's a good chance she come by looking for him. According to Ryan, he wants us all to make excuses for his absences and potentially reassure Emily that he isn't up to anything bad. Tyler and David are fully on board with this as they consider it the bro code. Noah is fully against this, and while he has not said he'd tell Emily, he has refused to lie for Ryan and has been urging him to end things with Sarah. I would say I'm more neutral. I don't think what Ryan's doing is appropriate, but I don't think it's my place to tell Ryan how to manage his relationships. I told him that while I wouldn't seek Emily out and tell her what's going on, I wouldn't lie to her either about where he is and instead say, I don't know. We all argued about this for a while, and the general gist of things is that Tyler, David, and Ryan all think I'm being a bit of an ass for not being more cooperative. Aside from this, I don't think there's really much I can do. Moving somewhere else is both economically and logistically infeasible, so I think trying to avoid stirring the pot is my best bet. Update 1. I'll start this update by saying Emily found out last night. Like Ryan predicted, she came over to our house Tuesday evening. I saw her pretty quickly since I was also coming back from buying some food. She asked me if I knew where Ryan was, and I said I didn't know because I genuinely didn't know at the time. She mentioned how he wasn't responding to her texts and that she was worried about him, and I felt pretty bad hearing that. Tyler, who was inside, came out at this point and said that Ryan was in his anatomy lab and then reassured her that he'd contact her once he was finished. She didn't seem entirely satisfied with that answer but thanked us anyway and left. Once she was gone, Tyler told me that Ryan was actually on a date with Sarah. Since Ryan sometimes brings Sarah over, he'll text the house group chat before they come over to ensure that Emily isn't around. He did this on Tuesday night, and Tyler did alert him that Emily had stopped by looking for him, so he stayed over with Sarah on Tuesday night. Wednesday evening, only Noah and I were home. Tyler was with his own GF, and David had an exam. Around 7 p.m., we got a text in the group chat from Ryan saying he planned on bringing Sarah over around 8:30 and asked if Emily had come by. I told him that I hadn't seen her, and things went on as usual. I'll add that Noah has refused to respond to these specific text messages from Ryan, so there was an expectation on me to clarify if Emily was here or not. A little after 8 p.m., Emily came by with one of her friends, Jessica, F21. They asked us where Ryan was since Emily hadn't been seeing him a lot lately. Before I could even say anything, Noah told them to come back after 8:30 and that Ryan should be home. They left, and I did argue with Noah about his decision to tell them to come back, since it was inevitably going to cause drama, but he didn't care. I texted Ryan and told him about Emily potentially returning, but since he was driving, he didn't read the message. At this stage, I gave up trying to contact Ryan and went up to my room. A little after 8:30, Ryan walked in with Sarah, and not long afterward, Emily and Jessica returned. Noah let them in. Long story short, there was a lot of Emily yelling and Ryan lying and apologizing. I didn't bother coming down since I could hear it all from my room. After about 10 minutes of this, Emily and Jessica left. Ryan sent Sarah home after this and was pretty pissed at what happened. I reminded him that I sent text messages, which he now saw. Emily and Jessica returned. Noah let them in. Long story short, there was a lot of Emily yelling and Ryan lying and apologizing. I didn't bother coming down since I could hear it all from my room. After about 10 minutes of this, Emily and Jessica left. Ryan sent Sarah home after this and was pretty pissed at what happened. I reminded him that I sent text messages, which he now saw. And Noah played dumb, acting like he didn't see Ryan's message about asking if Emily was home, but confirmed to him that he told Emily to come back after the first time she came because he didn't think Ryan was dumb enough to go out with Sarah 2 nights back to back. David and Tyler came home after this point, and I filled them in on what happened. There was definitely some tension in the house this morning, as Ryan thinks this all could have been avoided had Noah been more helpful. He also partially blames Sarah for wanting to come over so often. Overall, Ryan doesn't really seem to care that Emily found out and broke things off with him. He said that he'll try apologizing one more time, as he does prefer Emily to Sarah, and if she doesn't accept, he'll leave things as they are. As for Sarah, Ryan has already told Tyler, David, and me this morning that he plans on ending things with her after the December exam season. He says that he wants to be single again by New Year so he can have a fresh start. Tyler and David think this is pretty hilarious considering how much trouble he got into to be with her. Things have ended more smoothly than I thought, and I have made it abundantly clear to Ryan to keep me out of his relationship woes. I have also asked Jessica how Emily was holding up this morning, as we share a class together. As expected, Emily was very upset about the entire ordeal, and she and her friends consider everyone at our house, aside from Noah, to be complicit and awful. Quick update: Tyler texted the group chat his GF knows, and she isn't happy. Final update: I've been receiving a lot of DMs from people wondering how things turned out after the big reveal. So here's a quick recap. 1. Emily did not accept Ryan's apology. She has indicated that she, in fact, never wants to see him again. 2. Ryan is still with Sarah, and he still plans on breaking up with her after exam season. According to him, Sarah is starting to feel pretty secure now that Ryan is no longer with Emily and has expressed her desire to form a serious relationship with him. While he does feel a bit guilty, he thinks it's best for both of them that he ends things with her before New Year's. 3. Despite feeling guilty, Ryan has attempted to reactivate his Tinder account, but Tyler made him take it down. Tyler thinks it's too soon for Ryan to do this since someone we know is bound to see him there, and according to Tyler, Ryan needs to play up the angle that he's heartbroken about falling out with Emily. 4. Tyler has smoothed things over with his girlfriend by claiming he had no idea Ryan was cheating. David backed him up on this and expressed that nobody aside from Ryan knew. 5. While I did plan on telling Jessica the truth about what was going on, considering how quickly Ryan, Tyler, and David have been moving, I opted against this. Instead, I've told Jessica that I also did not know about Ryan's cheating. Yes, it's a lie. But since I was against Ryan cheating, I don't think it's fair for me to go down with the ship, considering that both Tyler and David are getting off relatively scot-free. Apparently, I was convincing enough, as Jessica told me that while she herself doesn't think I'm so bad, Emily will need time to process what went down, so it's best to give her space. Again, I get it isn't the most appropriate measure, but I really don't think I deserve to be in the splash zone. 6. Noah has expressed his strong disappointment in all of us, but at this stage, his voice has become ambient noise, according to Tyler. Since I'm fortunately visiting my parents this weekend, I get to be away from the drama and hopefully any potential fallout. Also, since it's relatively early, we'll have to wait and see if anything else happens, but I hope and pray the worst is over.